Ladies and gentlemen, today the most wanted trick, the one of them all, the most fancy and cool, let's welcome the wedgie! Now let me show you how to do it. So let's learn the basic wedgie from the standing position, how to create this magical motion. As you can see all the time, one of my arms is elevated, not to disturb the movement, not to catch the hoop on your arm, okay? So you really want to leave this space empty. If you are doing it on the opposite side, of course, the opposite hand. So the initial position, you will transfer all the weight of your body on one leg only, place the hoop in front of it, and then enter the hoop with the second foot, stay inside, but don't drop down the heel, okay? The heel stays up. And basically what you will be doing here will be switching the legs in this position. So one heel is elevated, switch, and switch, and switch. Meanwhile, trying to maintain your thighs super squeezed, super close, so that you produce this friction in between them. And this is the sweet spot where the position of your hoop is being controlled. So by squeezing the thighs in here, you will control that the hoop doesn't go anywhere. Meanwhile, you're performing the wedgie, okay? All right, so we have the initial position. Place the hoop in front of you, more or less on the side where you will transfer the weight of your body. Place the foot inside, don't drop the heel down. And what you want to do in here is you want to kick the upper edge of your hoop towards your ribs. So the kick is not like flat forward, it will go a little up. So the heel will elevate, okay? Again, place the foot inside the initial position, kick the hoop towards your ribs while maintaining the thighs super squeezed to control its position, elevate the arm, and let's go. Let's try to give it one first kick, switch the position of the legs, hop, and let it drop, okay? Hop. Try it a few times. If you need to pause this video, pause this video. The second spot which your hoop will be touching will be the lower ribs, and what you want to produce in here will be some contraction to push the hoop down, okay? It looks like this, hop, hop, and I'm coming back, hop, and I'm coming back. It's not actually some super force that you are producing from here. It's just like to touch it and go back, touch and react, okay? Hop, 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 hop. The hoop eventually will stop by itself because it doesn't have any more space to go here. All right? So this is how the motion looks like. Now let's jump into the hints and tips part. If you are now wondering if I'm going to show this fancy version from the intro that I throw and catch it and do the wedgie, then no, I'm sorry, but this tutorial is about the classic basic wedgie from the standing position. If you are interested in extending the knowledge about wedgie, like how to exit from the wedgie, etc., leave me a comment below. Also, some sign of your presence, like a like button or maybe subscribe, will be very nice. Okay, so what is the tip number one that I would give you about the wedgie? Choose the right size of your hoop. I've been through it myself, that I've tried it on a super big hoop, and yeah, you can of course do it with any size of hoops, but the one that reaches more or less the height of your crotch will be the perfect one. It is not also too heavy, it's not too lightweighted, because both options might be difficult in the beginning. So the one that is more or less the size until your upper thigh will be perfect, okay? What else? Maybe you want to wear some leggings or some longer pants for the beginning, because the friction movement will be a little scratchy for your skin in the beginning, especially that the zone is not adapted to this kind of activity. I would also advise you to go for both sides, because it's something you're gonna definitely need at some point of training your wedgies, and then you might transfer from one to another, you might combine them or enter from both sides in your flow. So definitely try both sides. The same theory, so you place the weight, all of your body on one foot, and you enter with the second one, then try switching the legs by producing the friction of your thighs and pushing it a little from your lower ribs, okay? So I really hope it was successful, that you did it. However, if not, take your time. It's a super difficult trick. It took a long time for me. Maybe you need some additional explanation. Leave it in the comments. It might be helpful for somebody else. And of course, I see you in the next video. Don't forget about them. Subscribe to the channel.